Good morning, Bethel United Church family, and good morning everyone else who's tuning in. I'm on my way to work, as you can see, and I found that this is usually my quiet time to sit and think as I drive my few minutes to work. And today I was looking over Facebook. I know it's bad, but looking at the opportunities everyone's offering to help. I'm looking at those opportunities for help, and then I'm also kind of shocked, but I'm also looking at those moments when people take the opportunity to criticize the request for help. But so I'm going to tell you, before I started preaching and before I really became a Christian and before I began this walk of faith, I would rather die than ask for help. You could not get me to ask for help. I would not ask for help. I would much rather give you the last shirt I was wearing than ask you for help and ask you for another shirt or anything like that. And I realized some of that is because my spirit wasn't happy. I wasn't humble. So it's hard to receive things when you're not humble and when you're not a happy person. And it's a very humbling experience to have to ask for help, because if you ask for help, that means that you have now put someone else over you. You are admitting that you're at your last straw and there's nothing else, and you've prayed about it and you've asked about it, and I need help. And for those that are mocking and sneering at the people asking for help, shame on you. You know what? God reminds us in 1 Corinthians Paul reminds us in 1 Corinthians that God takes pleasure in a cheerful giver. Now, if you don't want to ask or give help, that's fine. Sit on the sidelines, shut your pie hole, and let someone else help. But to judge someone else because they're giving or because of the receiver, oh my gosh, do you know what they're going to do with what you just gave them? Ugh. I don't know why you even bothered. Now, am I saying be a schmuck? If your local family addict or whatever comes and asks you for another $100, am I saying you have to give it to them every time? No, that is not what I'm talking about. We are in unprecedented times right now. And here we are with people saying, hey, I need help. And there are some on the sidelines because they know of these people, because maybe they know of their background. Maybe they've just suddenly turned to God and turned to faith. And instead of giving them an opportunity to be embraced by God's Spirit, by God's love, they're being turned away. Acts reminds us it is better to be a giver than a receiver. It's better to receive than to give. But that's difficult, especially today. So if you are planning to help anybody today, Corinthians reminds us also, and again, Paul, I like Paul. Didn't realize I was so obsessed with Paul until Paul. Anyway, but if you're willing to give, the Spirit in love says you're not keeping score. You're not telling anyone how many times you've helped, and you're not keeping score of how many times you've helped. It's just not cool. So if you're wanting to give and help, do it with a cheerful heart. And if you're asking for help, be available to receive it. Be willing to ask for help. Because let me tell you, there is nothing more humbling than admitting you're at that point when you need help. And there's nothing more joyful than when the Holy Spirit sends you help. It's an amazing experience. And I can't even describe it because I've received it. Now, I'm about to get my temperature taken, and then I have to go, church family. So, church family, temperature being taken, safety first.
That's right.
See, no fever, going to work. Bye, church family. Thanks.